Hey, what's up, guys? Today's going to be the first installment of a ramble video. And because it's my first ramble video, I kind of want to start it off by kind of introducing myself. For those that don't know, that haven't watched me on Twitch, my name is Sebe Bay, and I've been playing the game since 2004. Um, I got introduced to RuneScape by my friend in fourth grade. He found it on Miniclip and he recommended I play it. So that's kind of the start of a journey. Let's just say not an addiction, just a journey. Start of a journey. Uh, but yeah, I was introduced to the game in 2004. I got pretty much addicted to it, like a lot of kids. I just messed around. Just loved the game and loved the kind of mystery about it. Like, you didn't know everything about it, and so you had to explore and kind of, discover the game without what we now have, like wikis and stuff like that. So, but I did end up quitting in 2007 when they removed free trade in Wilderness. So in 2007, it was near the end. I can't remember the exact month, but I did end up quitting the game, and that was an actual quit. It wasn't, like a burnout or anything. I actually quit the game for 8 years, and I did not log in at all. Didn't even really think about the game, to be honest, for 8 years until I was doing sales in Vegas, and I had a roommate who basically was telling me about old school RuneScape. This is like August 2015 at this point. I had lost all basically connections with the game. I didn't care. So it was kind of interesting. He told me that, they came out with old school RuneScape, and it was basically like the game we played as kids. So, I gave it a go. It felt weird the first few days playing it because you're kind of in the back of my mind. I'm thinking, all right, like there has to be some sort of like catch to this, like because I don't know, like as a kid, they ruined my game. They ruined the game I love, and so I just didn't trust Jagex anymore. But he was trying to get me into the game anyway. It took me a few days to kind of get my feet wet again and enjoy it, but eventually, it's probably I'd say it was a good 4 days, and then I was fully addicted again. But yeah, so that's kind of how I got back into the game. I started as a main account, didn't had no clue about so many things in the game. Obviously, wasn't an Iron Man. I just played a main account, just doing clue scrolls and basically just trying to get money for. I literally I don't know. You just play the game. So that's kind of how I started. I was doing sales, as I said. Then I went to college. I went back to the university I went to, um, and I played like nonstop. I love the game, but I will say the main game it doesn't have the same appeal as an Iron Man. So there was times where I just played very casually, but then Hardcore Iron Man came out, and I want to say that was late 2016. Hardcore Iron Man came out, and I remember seeing Iron Man in the game, kind of flexing themselves, and I thought, wow, that would be so much fun to play. But like I hear the excuse all the time too. Like I've already invested so much time to my account. There's no way I could restart a brand new game mode. But Hardcore Iron Man was coming out. It was super hyped up. I started watching Twitch a lot. Basically, early 2016. I want to say that's when I started watching Twitch. Let me get this inventory set up. But yeah, so there was a lot of hype going on, a lot of like YouTube videos talking about the hardcore Iron Man release, and I was super stoked, and I wanted to be a part of it, and it was a fresh high scores, and so I was gonna take part in it. So I started playing it. I literally quit my job because of it. Long story short, I literally it was just a a seasonal job until I went back to school. But I quit my job like 3 weeks early to just kind of compete. And when I say compete, let's be honest, I was a brand new Ironman. I didn't know how to play efficiently or anything, but I did put in a ton of hours. And so my first hardcore Ironman did eventually end up getting banned for auto clicking ALKs. That was a great learning lesson. I think that was the one time ever I've ever cried about this game. I literally cried about RuneScape. My account got permanently banned. But yeah, I was about I want to say I was rank 38 overall for hardcores at the time. It was like 4 months or 5 months into the game mode when I got banned. But I was so like, addicted to the game still. So, I took a couple weeks off to just, think about what the hell I just did. But anyway, I ended up making a new hardcore Ironman, which is now this account that is now maxed. This was my second hardcore Ironman. And this one died at around 1,300 total to a disconnection in the catacombs. I was one tick flicking black demons, and I disconnected, and obviously I died. So that was kind of unfortunate, but I had never played an Iron Man, just, a generic Iron Man, which is actually what I always wanted to play. It was never, like, it was never to do with hardcore Iron Man. It was just the fact that it was a new game mode that excited me so much. But Iron Man was what I really, wanted to play, and so it was kind of like a refresh, becoming a normal Iron Man, and that's where I started really getting into the game. I started getting into skilling. I started basically trying to push myself to like learn the game and to really expand my knowledge and my skills in it. As nerdy and sweaty as that sounds, I love it. Like I loved, being able to learn so much more about the game that I never thought I'd progress my count as far to get to, raids and camping bosses, soloing and all that stuff. So it was a really cool journey. So that's kind of the introduction about me. I started streaming about 14 months ago now. And that has just been like, it's just been a really fun chapter in my life, I'll just say, streaming RuneScape, the game I obviously love and play a ton. And, but yeah, that's kind of the introduction about me. And I guess we'll kind of go into some topics now. Like I said in my last bank video, my Discord has a section where you can post topics and questions and things like that, and I'll discuss it. And obviously, I don't want to just discuss anything. I want to choose and select the questions and topics that I'm motivated to speak about. But yeah, and you guys can let me know in the comments, how long you want me to make these ramble videos. Again, they're completely unedited, unfiltered. I'm just going to record and put it up. So I don't know if you guys like that. You can let me know in the comments if you actually want me to put in some time to edit. I used to watch ramble videos like a couple years back when I was really getting into skilling on my Iron Man. And I kind of liked the unfilteredness of some ramble videos, even though they were, they had their stuttering, they had their moments, a lot of them, but I kind of liked it. I liked the fact that they were unedited, and so it was just kind of speaking your mind. So let me know. I do stream most days on Twitch. The times are very random right now. I don't really have a set schedule. It's just kind of like go live as much as I can. But yeah, you can follow me on Twitch. There's a link below for my Discord, my Twitter, and my Twitch. What did I just say? Yeah, Discord, Twitter, and Twitch. Go follow those if you'd like. I do stream more exciting things than I'm doing right now. I'm just killing lava dragons, trying to get elite clue scrolls. My main goal in the game at the moment is to get rank 1 elites as an Iron Man. So that just takes a lot of time at lava dragons, Arachnus, Venenatus, just pretty much anything that drops elites. I'm there until I get rank 1. I just recently passed Curtis MMORPG. So now I'm rank 4 technically rank 3 because the guy above me has D ironed. So yeah, I got to pass 2 more guys that are about 130-ish elite clues ahead of me. So that's about, if I do it like the most efficient way, that's about 150 hours away. So that's just what I've been focusing in game for the most part. I'll switch things up. I've been doing some Zammy. I am almost fully completed God Wars. I'm just missing an Arma Hilt. I think I said that in my last bank video, but anyway, there's a few things I want to kind of go on today, like a few topics. First one is Nightmare. Long, not even a long story. It's honestly just Nightmare is a nightmare. I know how stupid and cringe that sounds, but it is a nightmare. Jagex ruined. I don't know. It's a shame. The drop rates are extremely, extremely rare to hit any of the drop tables for the new armor or weapons. And it's kind of a shame because I was really looking forward to it. I was getting all kind of geared up, ready to camp Nightmare. And then we figured out that the grind takes like 3,000 hours if you're doing it efficiently, and I want to say soloing it takes about 3,000 hours to complete. So yeah, kind of disgusting, and it's a very monotonous fight, very tedious getting there. So hopefully Jagex does something about that. Yeah, like I went on Twitch this morning, and Curtis has been the guy that's been camping it. He's known for his ability to just grind things like endlessly, basically. So he even gave up. It looks like he's given up. I saw him back at raids. So we'll see what Jagex does. I don't know. I think Nightmare's just in a bad spot. They need to do something about the drop rates. I know I'm not the only one that thinks this way, but I've also heard people say, maybe things really should be super, super rare. But most of those people that think that aren't Iron Men, and I know the game isn't supposed to be catered to Iron Men, but if you look at every other drop in the game that's not a cosmetic or a pet, they have reasonable drop rates, somewhat reasonable. Nightmare is just out of the ballpark, like just horrible. So I don't think I will ever go back to Nightmare unless they change something. I obviously am a completionist and a pet hunter as well, but at this point, I just have so many other things on my plate. I have no desire to go back there until something's fixed. So that's kind of my thoughts on Nightmare. I don't know if you guys can post in the comments. I want to get your guys's thoughts on some of the things I'm talking about as well. So if you post anything in the comments section, I will read it. I read every single comment, and I'll either reply to it if it's some sort of question, or I'll like it. I do like hearing what you guys have to say about the game. But yeah, the cool thing is because of this new Morytania expansion, they are coming out with Darkmare, the update for that. I don't know exactly when it's coming out. I want to say the next few months. That is something I'm excited about. They're coming out with the Hollowed Sepulchre, which is a new agility training course, and they literally stole my idea for I'm trying to think of when I actually kind of came up with it, but it was this little idea of a ring of endurance. I literally call it the ring of endurance. I wanted it to come from the kind of old school agility courses that would give sort of a stamina effect / maybe like some invisible agility boost from wearing it, and it would be some rare drop. But anyway, Jagex stole my idea. I don't know how the hell they came up with it. I mean, doesn't take that much brain power to think of it, but they did steal my idea, and they're coming out with the Ring of Endurance at the Hollowed Sepulchre. I think it's like charged with staminas, and then it kind of gives you like a double boost on staminas. I'd have to go back and read it, but yeah, that's one of the updates I'm pretty excited for. They had a little Q&A kind of showing it off, and it honestly looks like a lot of fun. And it randomizes. I want to say Mod Husky said it was like a 1 in 64, or it was like 64 different routes basically. So it's not like you're doing the exact same course every single time and can kind of master it, tick perfectly. But eventually people do that. Anyway, that's one update I'm looking for. But the most the update I'm looking forward to most from Dark Mayor is the new Day Alt mine. The Day Alt mine is a new Essence mine. It's probably going to be similar to the Zaya rune crafting dense altar thingy mine, which would be a shame, to be honest. I want it to be tick manipulatable. Probably won't be because Jagex hates tick manipulation nowadays. I, I couldn't tell you why. I guess Reddit casuals hate putting in any brain power or any sort of effort into the game. So Jagex doesn't want it in the game. We'll see though. I don't know. But basically, it's this mine, and I think you mine enough of these new essence, which basically the essence give you 50% more XP at traditional RC altars. So, lava's, being, let's just say 70K an hour turn into 105K an hour. Just if you're using the new essence, which obviously you have to take into consideration the time to mine it. But apparently, the time to mine it, at least for Ironman, the time to mine it and then go train the skill is actually still slightly better XP than just training it with regular pure essence already banked. I don't know if you guys understand that, but pretty much if that update comes into the game, it will be better than like training lavas with those new essence will be better than soul rune crafting, which is right now the meta for Iron Man, which is the saddest thing ever. So I'm really excited for that update. It'll motivate me to runecraft. I really wish this is, I guess, very unpopular decision. I mentioned it on my stream, but I really wish runecrafting had a chance to drop these sort of like clue geodes, I'd like to say. Just a chance at a clue every time you imbue essence and get runes. You'd have a little chance of getting a clue. If they do that, I will literally go for 200 mil rune crafting. I don't care what any of you guys think. I will go for it. But I don't think they ever will. But yeah, so I'm excited for those new updates. Dark Mayor, I'm really looking forward to. Let's go bank real quick. And I think the last update that's coming out this year is Group Iron Man. I'm not sure if it's actually going to come out this year, but I have, been asked, am I going to do Group Iron Man? I don't really know, to be honest. I think if I did do Group Iron Man, it would be for entertainment purposes. It would not be for competing or anything. It would just, to stream with a few other streamers doing Group Iron Man stuff. The issue with Group Iron Man is that, let me imbue heart real quick. The issue with Group Iron Man is that, nothing is more efficient as a group. Like, most things are actually more efficient, soloing. Oops, wrong way. So, when you're thinking, oh, we're going to make a Group Iron Man that's going to go for all pets or something like that, it's like you'd still be better off soloing every piece of content. So the group, I understand the group aspect would be nice for people that like certain skills and would, you could kind of collaborate on what you want to train and stuff. But like at the end of the day, it's just kind of this awkward mess. And then you have people burning out. You have people potentially, malicious people that are going to steal your stuff and real world trade it or just, something like that. Obviously, you'd have to choose a good team. That wouldn't really be an issue if you just chose a good team. Why am I lagging? There we go. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to start or if I'm even going to do Group Iron Man, to be honest. I'm very into this account right now. I love my Iron Man. It's like right now is probably the most fun I've ever had playing the game, where just the entire game is unlocked for me. I've done, every single quest, every mini quest, every song is unlocked, just maxed. I have everything I'd want, and now I can just choose the things I want. There's nothing, limiting me, or I don't have any like forces like pushing me to do certain content. It's just exactly what I want to do, which right now is to compete for Clue Scrolls. And to potentially get, full third age melee. I know that's just, a dream that could probably never happen, but, it's worth hoping for. So yeah, the group Ironman thing, I'll have to see, the hype around it. I know a lot of people are hyped, but I think since the announcement at the last Rune Fest, I just feel like in general the community is just not as hyped for it, just because it is coming out now, so we don't have to talk about it on Reddit every single day about Group Ironman coming out. So we'll see, and I want to say that's kind of the last big update for the year. I could be wrong, but yeah, not. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I'll discuss it more. But if I do it, it'll probably be with other streamers, and just for fun, just to mess around. But this account, I do have a lot of goals going for me. A lot of goals I haven't even really spoken about. After rank one elites, I will probably be competing for hard clues. Odd Hottie is rank one right now. He's burnt from the game. I think I've started to kind of motivate him a little bit. He's been in my stream, and he basically stopped playing the game for a bit. He's at like 4,000 clues with, I want to say, like 800 hards banked. So he's almost at 5,000 hard clues. I'm at a measly like 1,100, I think. So that would be kind of fun to compete. That would be a very long term goal, and it's just endless, which I do love clues. So it'll be something I can always do. We'll see if that's what I do exactly. I might go back into pet hunting a bit, or potentially chambers, to get my pet and my dust and my mull. Let's see. I'm just looking through my Discord to see what people have. Okay, so I'm just in my ramble section. People have posted topics and questions. One question comes from Hydroelectric. He's asking kind of a comparison between what Iron Man has been from 2014 of release until now 2020. What has kind of devalued the game or made the game easier, or just some differences in the game. And to be honest, I can't really answer this question accurately. I obviously started in 2016, so 2014 was very different. I believe the very beginning of Iron Man didn't even have Zulrah, and Wyverns were sort of the meta for everything. And there was obviously no raids. So it was a completely different game mode to what we have now, obviously. And even, 2016. 2016 was still pretty ancient, but it had a lot more quality of life updates, and it had Zulrah. But I kind of want to get into this question because it is, it's cool to see the game progress, but then again, you see a lot of things get devalued. And for example, the one thing that always comes to mind is just rune crafting. Rune crafting was just by far the most prestigious skill to have as an Iron Man. You needed to manually get, like, I don't even know, like a million pure essence or even more to get to 99 rune crafting, and there was no such thing as Zaya RC. And that, I don't know, oops, I accidentally put that shard in the bag. It was a different game mode. It was very old school, and I kind of wish I had played back then, even though thinking about it now, if the updates were to happen, I guess I'm kind of glad I'm playing now, just because then my achievements would have felt devalued. But yeah, again with crafting's kind of been devalued since they've come out with giant seaweed, the sand grinder, obviously bosses just shitting out loot, Vorkath, Hydra, Zulrah. I don't know, the kind of PVM, the way the game's kind of evolved into PVM scape, where you just do PVM for everything, is a little bad in my opinion. I understand most people hate skilling. Just, I don't know why. I guess they just like getting big drops. I love skilling, to be honest. I think the reason is just because you put in a set amount of effort and you get exactly the payout that you're putting in effort for. Whereas PVM is very RNG based. you could put in so many more hours than the next guy, and he could just get everything hundreds of hours before you. Skilling is very, it's set. You're getting the set amount of things you want. There's calculations, to the T of what you'd get if you put in a certain, the input and output ratios are the exact same. So it is kind of nice to skill. I can see the monotony of it for a lot of people, but skilling's always been a passion of mine. It's obviously I have different goals at the moment, which is clues, and that involves killing shit because Jagex just clues just don't. If clues came from skilling more commonly, I would probably be skilling to get clues, to be honest, because I do love competing for XP. It is fun. Ranks are fun. That's exactly the reason why I'm going for clues, is for the ranks, obviously for third age as well. But yeah, to kind of answer Hydra's question, yeah, the game's progressing. That's just inevitable. XP rates will increase. I don't think Jagex would ever, come out with an update. Hey, there's an update that's worse XP. Like, nobody would do it, So XP can only really get faster, which is just, how the game goes. But I'm trying to figure out, kind of where he wants me to go with this. But yeah, the game's progressing. And I could see, in the next 5 years, every single skill being upped by 20%. I think there's a few skills that I can't really see going up, like woodcutting. Woodcutting 1.5 ticking is like 200K an hour. So I don't really see that going up. Mining with 3-tick 4G is about 125K an hour, which I obviously don't see that going up either. Agility will go up with the new Sepulcher. But yeah, most skills I can actually see going up by quite a bit in the next, 5 years or so. Which is, again, just how the game goes. Let me look real quick. Orezer in my Discord asks, if you were to start an account now as a returning player, what would you recommend since the game has changed quite significantly since the servers have launched? To be honest, if I were to start a brand new Iron Man right now, if something happened to this account where I just was forced to start over, I would probably do revs. I'm not going to lie. I'd probably just start out my account, get a little bit of combat XP, and just go camp revs and try to spoon a 16 mil relic, start my account off right, There's just so many options as a new player. It just to start your account off so well. Revs is the big one. You literally can make so much money. You just kill the imps or anything. You can be such a low level and go there. I'd also take advantage, of the farming guild as quickly as possible. Winter Todd, of course. Yeah, there's a lot of things I haven't really, researched. Is Konar Slayer the best? I'm not really sure. I've obviously maxed now. I don't really look into that anymore. That would kind of be a benefit of starting a new account, to be honest, is, seeing the new metas that have come out and kind of see how you can progress an account even faster than you could, 3 years ago. But yeah, that's pretty much my answer to that. I would just try to abuse the things that are broken right now, like revs, just to start out an account, really quickly. I think that would be awesome. Brad in my Discord would like me to talk about, my plans. I think I've already kind of discussed it, but he's asking about collection log / pets. I am a full-on completionist nerd. I want to get all pets. I want to, complete the clue collection log, but minus gilded and third age, of course. I want to get a couple 200 mils, maybe a few. That's obviously super long term. I have a lot of passion for the game. I love the game. I love almost every aspect. The one aspect I don't like of the game is when, I know this might, I'm not even going to get into it, but PKing is awesome, okay? PvP is awesome. A player fighting another player that consents to fighting, The thing that's really toxic about this game is PKers that just kill helpless players. That's just fucked up. I'm sorry. I had to go there. But that is every aspect of RuneScape I love except for the toxicity, and that is best seen in PKers chasing down, people that don't want to fight them. So that's just my own opinion. I think it's pathetic when players do that, but if that's the only people they can kill, then so be it. I'm in the wilderness. I've chosen to take that risk. But yeah, I like as I was saying, I like every aspect of the game basically, and so my long-term goals are very, very long-term. All pets would be amazing. Besides Nightmare, uh, skilling, I would love to go for some really fun skills. Obviously, range would probably be my first 200 mil. That just comes very passively. But my first actual 200 mil skill, I don't even know what it would be, honestly. Maybe crafting. I love just sitting down AFK crafting. It's really soothing. I don't know what it is about it. It's just really nice. But yeah, I think log wise, just collection log wise, pets and clues are kind of the first things to go. Obviously, items as well with those pets that are coming into the game. I'm an item completionist before I'm a pet completionist, similar to Curtis, I guess. But yeah, first things first though is these clues. I'm just very addicted to it, and then after the clue grinds, I really want to get back into item hunting. I want to complete chambers. I want to complete TOB. There's just one item missing from both of those. I want to complete Corp, which I'm missing an Ellie and an Arcane. That's just a massive grind. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to undertake it. I could do it the moral way and just solo it like respectable Iron Men would, but the fact that I can save 1,000 hours by getting a couple alts running for me, it's very appealing. So I'm not exactly sure the way I'm going to do Corp. But yeah, that's there's a lot to do in the game, and I'm just kind of going one step at a time. So that was a great question as well. Let me look if there's another one. Coldsy just wants me to kind of talk about mini games. And kind of the impact that minigames have. I personally love minigames. I really wish minigames had, I don't want to say better rewards, but, I think this is very controversial, but I think minigames that offered a pet or, just cool cosmetics or something like that is perfect. They also need to just be a good, well thought out minigame. It's a damn shame that Trouble Brewing, the kind of like thought of it sounds really fun if you had like two teams competing, but it just doesn't work out that way. And it's kind of a shame that a lot of minigames kind of end up being just completely dead content because of that. One thing in my mind, I know this. Clue Andy, but one thing in my mind, anything, basically clues could restore any minigame for me. If a minigame had a chance at a clue scroll, I would do the minigame, if it was a good chance. I think that would be a great reward to most minigames instead of just, shitting out GP or some crazy best in slot uniques. I think just, a simple clue chance, some cool fashion you could get, I think that would, restore most mini games, in my opinion. But yeah. So, holy crap, I've already been going on for 34 minutes. I swear these videos just, I don't know, the time just flies by. I probably will just kind of end at this point. I didn't even say that at the beginning, but I would like to keep my rambles under 30 minutes, since obviously a little bit longer. But let me know what you guys think. Obviously, this is my first ramble. I've just, like the title of it, I just rambled. So let me know. Again, follow my my links down below in the description. If you guys would like any questions for the next ramble, hopefully I'll be doing these at least once every month, preferably once every 2 weeks. Um, if you guys have any, questions or comments, I literally read every single comment that's commented on this video. So post it in there, or join my Discord, post it in there, topics or anything that you'd like to discuss. I do want to make a guide probably before the next ramble, and that will be a guide for Venenatis, how to basically make the perfect safe spot for it. So yeah, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube. Obviously, come on, just do it. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next ramble. And yeah, take it easy, guys. I will see you around.